Welcome, everybody. This is the Day Trading Options Daily Review for December 8th, 2016. I'm Scott. He's Alan. We're going to be taking a look at one trade that one of our traders mentioned to us a few days ago. And it was kind of like this, like, whoa, what happened? And this is an example of being in the game, and when the pitcher throws you a nice, easy home run ball to hit, you can whack it right out of the ballpark. These are not something that happens every day, may not even happen every month, may not even happen every 3 or 4 or 5 months, but every once in a while it happens. And if you're playing, or if you're participating, studying and working and learning, when the opportunities come, you're able to take advantage of it. Now, the purpose of our these reviews is to show you that it's possible to make 10% in 10 minutes or less. And of course, in the process of doing that, we're going to be showing you where there's like some pretty amazing opportunities in the market. These are not particularly educational videos, because we really just want to show you what's possible if you study, if you work hard, if you practice, if you master this skill. And in our Facebook group, we have more in-depth discussions with the members on different trades and that sort of thing. And every once in a while, we do get into some educational stuff here. But make no mistake, this is a prospecting tool to convince you that our tool in stock options is amazing and you need to get it. And if you agree, after watching some of the hundreds of these sort of videos that we've done, in the descriptions are links to our courses. And the first course is just, what is a stock option? How does it work? The second one is, how do you use a Wave of Profit software? And when you get the second course, you're going to get access to 30-day free trial of the replay, which means you can practice. Unfortunately, it's not live. It doesn't give you live data because you need to have an interactive broker's account so that you can have the right feeds and everything else running through the software. So having said that, we're looking at December 8th. This is the replay mode. Yes, we know what's going to happen, and that's why we want to show you this amazing opportunity that occurred, and we want to show you as it would have occurred fairly close to real time. Obviously, the replay does not have split-second ticks and all those sort of things that you would have in the real live version. So here we are. We're looking at wind, or we're looking at a bunch of stocks, and we happen to be looking at wind. And it was in what I call the orange no man's land for pretty much all morning and all half the afternoon. It's 2 o'clock to 10 to 12. It's finally sort of cut through. And Alan, what are we thinking now?
And yeah, that was the point, is that one trader spotted this trade in live, and that's the whole point. Replay just gets you ready for the game. Live is what it's all about. And they noticed there was a big spike in volume on wind. Now, they didn't know why, and we don't care why. We just want to be there. It's the newscasters that come along later and say, well, the market's up today because, and then some of that's just, conversation. It's not factual. They just, they need to fill the air, some of these people, and so they backfill what the story because is. Well, we don't care about because that's too late at that point. What you really want to know is well, could I have made money, and how would I have known? And so at this point, I'm just going to move this thing forward 1 minute, is this purple bar, and you can make it whatever color you like. That's saying that there's exceptional volume happening here, and that's what the trader spotted. Is she said, there's this huge volume, and she was wondering, how many other people in the group caught that. Well, a lot of traders don't bother trading after the 2 o'clock session. Some do, but a lot of them don't. They just trade the first hour and a half. And the point is that here's this big volume, like massive. You can see how tall that is. It's up here, exceptionally large volume. The morning didn't really have any volume to speak of. It was sort of just, not doing much.
Right. So this might be an opportunity to buy a put.
Right. And so that's the point of all this other stuff is it says, look, it's a fresh trade. It's the first signal. You got the big R, which means that red looks like a good direction. You got crazy 480% volume compared to normal volume at this time for this stock. And you're at the bottom of the range. This would be a trade.
Right.
And so
let's buy one.
Let's go buy one. Yeah. So here's the buy sell, and we're going to buy a put.
Because it's going down, and when it goes down, you buy puts.
Yes, and so there's a little bit of a loss immediately that helps give the idea that in the real world, there's a bit of a spread between the bid and the ask. But you see, all that stuff is a graduated learning process. You don't need to know all that stuff when you get started. You just want to know, hey, I saw a move, big volume, and all the other rules we tell you. That's a trade. So here's
and
1
it's
minute.
early.
Here's 1 minute. So it moved down and came back up. Let's just see another minute. Now you're already at 8% after 2 minutes. Now we have a 1 minute chart. I'm just going to bring that over here too, because you want some of these tools when you're trading live. So it was kind of hanging on, and now it's starting to curl down, and it broke SA, which is one of the things we talk about. So let's give it another minute and see what happens. So it's definitely really hauling, and there's nothing stopping it, and crazy big volume. So you're already past your 10%, but you know something's going on. You don't know what it is, but you know something's going on.
A tidal wave hit. Whoa.
Yeah, so the stock is taking a major dump. So some kind of news happened, because this is not ordinary volume.
Right.
And this also happened to Las Vegas Sands at the same time. And so here's another minute. You're up 96%.
Whoa.
Right? If you didn't get in up there, it's dangerous to get in down there.
Yeah.
So here's another minute. It's still, you're at 135%. And whoa, now you're at 243. I'm just going to move forward a little bit. So it bounced back. So you're now at 197%.
So one question at this point is, do I want to take a double my money and get out?
I'd be out. I'd be taking that because quite often when it's a big candle like that, it'll hover around the bottom and it might come back up again because somebody realized it's some kind of an error, and whatever it is, I don't care. But you know, down here you're going to get paid. Mm-hmm. So you know, I'm just moving forward. So now you're 264%. Hey, you know, we're aiming just to get 10. I'd be taking my money off the table, at least selling half. And so, you know, I'm just moving forward quickly. So you can see it's bouncing between almost 300% and, you know, 250. So now you're starting to get it's found its bottom. You got a Y point there, you know, all the other usual indicators we teach. And so now, oh, you're down to only 180%.
Right.
So that's that kind of crazy correction that, you know, it could come all the way back. It does do that from time to time. You just want the majority of the trade. You're not looking to scrape every penny out, because you never will.
Yeah, we don't want to be greedy.
You can't scrape every penny out. It's not possible. And so, you know, the whole idea of trying is just ridiculous. So,
well,
anyways,
pretty close to 300%. I think that would be worth taking.
Yeah, exactly. And so it seems to have settled in down here, whatever that turns out to be.
Look, the volume is still massive.
It's still massive. Yeah, there's something going on. And so, you know, what happens tomorrow or the next day doesn't matter. I'm just going to say we're going to get out now. You know, that's I would have got out earlier, but this marker down here is another one of those exit points that I'd use. So it's big money. Why are you hanging around? I'm just going to move to the end of the day here. And the point is, yeah, it went a little bit lower. You wouldn't have really made much more money because the volatility starts to fail.
Yep.
You would have got paid well here. So the point is, yeah, these trades do happen. And that really is the world we live in.
Every once in a while, you have an opportunity to hit the good old home run, which usually we think of as a 50%. But in this particular case, it was 250%. And how long was that, by the way?
Yeah, well, let's go hit that. And I mean, we watched it for quite a while. So we were there for 45 minutes roughly.
Right.
But, you know, I would have got a 200% after whatever 10 minutes or 20 minutes that was.
Right. Perfect. Great. So there you go. This is a special day trading options daily review for December 8th, 2016, showing you that if you are in the game and you are paying attention, it's possible that you can be around when the home run is hit. And the good news, I just want to sort of mention this, right? Like this occurred a little bit later in the day, and we're going to tell you why it occurred in a minute, but the software has bull sounds and bear sounds. Yep. And if you have it set up, you didn't necessarily have to be glued to your screen watching all these different stocks and seeing what was happening. The software would tell you, hey, roar, something's happening, and you would have found it pretty quick.
Yeah, and there's alerts, and you can have target prices and all that other stuff. So this is the other stock that really took a big hit that's on the American board, Las Vegas Sands. It's another one of those, the same one that got it big beating. And I'm just going to hit the buy now just for fun. Sure. Is, you know, we're late, but I'm just going to hit that. But the idea is, you know, it wasn't just one stock. So here we go forward a half hour, and you're up 386%. So, wow. Yeah. Not a common day, but you had all the clues here, the big volume spikes, just all of it.
Very, very cool. All right, so Alan, why did the casinos collapse?
Yeah, well, and that's actually China. There was an announcement later in the day. See, well, later in the day doesn't help you when you're a trader. And it basically says that China is cracking down on illicit capital flight from Macau. And so the casino stocks took a big hit. And so Las Vegas Sands, the stock was down 12%. And there was a bunch of other ones that were down. But the stock drops 12%. Well, you're making huge money on the options, you know, much more than the simple 10% or whatever it is. But yeah, in China, you're not really allowed to take your money out of the country. And,
so these people are going to Macau, gambling, taking their money out and not bringing it back.
Right. So yeah, they got a little buddy system. I lost, but you won. Go to the cash desk and take your money. and yeah, so poor guy lost his money, but poor guy, happy guy, you know, he's got his money. And so yeah, that's just, you know, government just trying to manage money. So that means the casinos are probably going to see fewer Asian gamblers just flying over with big stacks of cash. So it was an overreaction on the stocks. You know, do they make that much of a difference to the income for these casino and hotels? Don't know, but it's an overreaction, and we could have caught as much of that as we're ready for.
Excellent. Awesome. Thank you very much, Alan. Appreciate you taking time out to share this with everybody. And as we said before, if you're interested in stock option trading, take the courses. They're not expensive because we want you to be trading using our software, making money, and it's a win-win. And we'll see you next time, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.